going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta be real with you guys. I have absolutely no clue where to begin today's commentary because boy, oh boy, the Splitgate team has been dropping absolute bombs on this community. I mean, day after day after day. There is just never-ending information. Good information, too. We're not talking about just minor little things here. No, we're talking about deep, juicy details every single day. I mean, we basically know the release date. We also got to see the beta survivor pack, and we have tons of information regarding 120Hz on console, kill cams, earnable content. I mean, boy, oh boy, like I said, we have a juicy video for you guys, so make sure you strap in, get yourselves prepped, because we're going to be discussing every last bit of the details. But, ladies and gentlemen, before we go and dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content just like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. Everything between Splitgate 2, Call of Duty, Battlefield, and even Arc Raiders. If you guys are curious about any information regarding these games, like I said, subscribe and hit that bell. And last but not least, if you guys are interested in my live streams, I stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, if you guys are interested, I have a link to that channel down in the description of this video. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I guess we might as well go ahead and start with the biggest details, the launch date of Splitgate 2. Believe it or not, it's a lot sooner than a lot of you guys have expected. As you can see right here over on Twitter. What do you fight for? Splitgate 2's official launch, Summer Game Fest, June 6 at 2 p.m. PT. And they also went ahead and had a little bit of a trailer here. Now, a lot of people were speculating that this was going to be the campaign, and I gotta be real, this trailer was really gas, and it got me pumped to see more about the lore of Splitgate 2. But the devs already confirmed it is not in any way, shape, or form related to a campaign regarding Splitgate 2. Apparently, it was something created during the alpha of Splitgate 2, and it looks pretty dope, I gotta be real with you guys, and it still got me a bit curious about the lore, but again, keep in mind, it is not related to the campaign, but the devs keep hinting that we are going to be getting something absolutely massive, huge, that we still have no clue about, so guys, keep your eyes peeled for the 6th, of course, when this game officially launches, because something big is coming here. I see a lot of people discussing Battle Royales. I gotta be real, I would probably just stick with the regular arena side of Splitgate 2, but all these big maps in 8v8v8, it wouldn't shock me if it was such a thing, and others are debating on extractions. I have no clue what's planned, but I want to know what you guys think down in the comment section. Next up here, ladies and gentlemen, as promised from the developers, the Beta Survivor Pack, as you can see right here over on Twitter. Introducing our Beta Survivor Pack. We have put together a pack of exclusive cosmetics as a thanks for putting up with our shit during the open beta. Players who log in during the beta will be granted these rewards at the launch of Splitgate 2. And as you can see right here, here are all the rewards that we're going to be going ahead and unlocking. They're actually bringing back the classic brass skin, which I am personally all for. I know everybody always mocks it for the duck type of look, but I think it kind of looks a little dope here, man. I'm not going to lie to you guys. And I love that they are, enjoying the laughs with this too. This is why I love this development team. They're always so open with the community. We can always have a good chuckle about certain things that have been done here and there. These guys are the absolute best. And of course, we got a bunch of charms, the toilet plunger, the shit emoji, the toilet, so on and so forth, obviously, because we're grinding through the beta. It's a lot of problems, a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm extremely happy about this, and I'm glad the devs had such a great positive attitude throughout this whole overall beta here, despite all the interesting controversy online and very interesting opinions as well. They still just tugged on through, did their job, and honestly, Splitgate 2 is in a very solid state. Yeah, there's still a few things here and there, but again, for what it is right now, I am very, very, very impressed. And then last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, the Splitgate team had a little bit of a live stream a little while ago where they went ahead and jotted through a few different questions, Q&A form throughout the stream. And they actually touched upon a lot of topics that I've seen tons of you guys in the comment section begging for an answer for. So I'm very excited to go ahead and cover all of this information with you guys. First and foremost, yes, there are more weapons confirmed for the future of Splitgate 2. Although I'm not exactly sure if they meant, base weapons, like for your characters, Sabrask, Meridian, Arrows, or if they're talking about more so the power weapons. I think they might have been talking about the base weapons, but again, if someone wants to clarify, by all means, go down in the comment section and let us know. Secondly, 120Hz on console is coming very soon, and apparently it is very smooth and crispy, so more than likely what I'm assuming is that it's going to be coming at the launch of Splitgate 2, and more than likely not during the actual beta itself, but you best believe you're going to be able to play on it very shortly. They also went ahead and discussed ranked. Apparently, it is definitely a high priority for them, and honestly, I think that is phenomenal, because 4v4 right now is pretty dang sweaty. Personally, I don't really mind too much. I have a good time playing 4v4, since that's what Splitgate's all about. 8v8v8's a ton of fun, but if I'm going to be real with you guys right now, 8v8v8 is definitely where you want to go for the casual experience, and rightfully so. Let's be real here. A lot of the people who want to compete and want to play Splitgate 2 in a competitive fashion, which it plays phenomenal competitively, they're going to be in 4v4, right? And there's no ranked, so where else are they going to end up going to? They could play private matches, but honestly, like me, myself, personally, I love playing for XP, and I love playing in public lobbies. So in my personal opinion, I feel like once they go ahead and implement ranked into the experience, the 4v4 side of the game will probably start to casual out a tad bit. And they did say it's probably going to be around a month time frame for ranked to be implemented into Splitgate 2. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is the kill cams. Now, please excuse my inexperience when it comes to the terminology that they use, but basically, from what I understand, some version of Unreal Engine 5, whatever it is within the engine itself, something is fresh and new to the point where they literally don't even have the feature of, kill cams available to them. But they chose this engine because it's so clean and crispy. So the reason why this game feels so unbelievably smooth and the hit reg feels so awesome, the gunplay is just outstanding, is because of the decisions they have made, but they have to be a little patient and wait until, I guess, like I said, Unreal Engine 5 or whatever they're using within, I guess, slowly upgrades to the point where they can enable kill cams. And once that happens, they're going to go ahead and do so. They actually claim that they're just waiting for the moment to happen, and then they'll go ahead and integrate it into the game. So yes, we will see kill cams in the future, and please, if you could describe it any better, by all means go ahead and do so. But to go ahead and put it in the simplest of ways, basically the developers chose an engine that is extremely crispy, but it doesn't have the feature available yet. And when it does become available, they're going to go ahead and put it into the game. Next up here, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to go ahead and talk about the topic of wall running, because I know this is very important to a lot of you guys, but I'm sad to report that the developers are more than likely not going to incorporate this probably ever within Splitgate 2. Now, personally, I know a lot of you guys are going to be sad about this. I don't mind. I think the movement is extremely smooth in this game and doesn't really need anything extra. The sliding is fun, the slight B-hops you could do are enjoyable, the portaling is outstanding, and the jetpack strafing you can manage is, really fun as well. I don't think they necessarily need to go ahead and incorporate wall running into the game. And personally, I don't know if this is true or not because I have no clue about anything regarding game design, but I feel like the maps would probably have to be rehashed a decent amount as well because wall running is a pretty unique mechanic, and if the maps aren't made for wall running, it could be a lot of problems that might occur. So I'm assuming that a lot of the maps would have to be taken back to square one to be remodeled partially, and I just don't know at this point in time within Splitgate 2 they will be able to go ahead and do so. But for those who are curious about wall running, no, it is not going to be probably seen maybe even ever within Splitgate 2. Another thing the developers discussed on stream were the factions. Yes, indeed, we're going to be going ahead and seeing some buffs and nerfs to specific factions. I have no clue what's going to be getting what, but more than likely within the upcoming week, we will see some changes here. Personally, I had a lot of fun with all the factions. I think that they're decently balanced, although some things could be tweaked here and there, and I am curious to see what the developers are indeed going to be tweaking and how it's going to affect the overall gameplay loop. And for those who are curious about the pick rate of a lot of these factions, apparently Meridian is number 1, Arrows is number 2, and Sabrask is number 3. And I gotta be real, I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on Sabrask, although the pick rate has gone up. Apparently in the alpha, the pick rate was like around a 20%, something around there. In the beta, it's above 30%, so more people are picking Sabrask, but it's still pretty dang low. I think as time goes on and people see the true potential of that faction, a lot of people are going to start eating him up, unless, of course, they start to nerf him down. I have no clue what's in store, but hopefully more people will end up picking this faction at some point in time. Next up, everybody, we do have confirmation on how the developer is going to be handling the Battle Pass points that we have been earning and collecting through the challenges. And they have confirmed that they're going to be resetting within every single brand new Battle Pass, which, honestly, I thought that was just going to be the norm, but apparently a lot of people are pissed about this, and I'm kind of shocked. I mean, if you guys want to share your opinions down in the comment section, by all means, go ahead and do so, but seriously, why would anybody want to keep their Battle Pass points? That would just make it less content to grind for within the game, and we don't even know if it's going to be anything like truly crazy at launch. Like I said, they did state that we will see some grindable things to do later on, but from what I can tell, once you finish all your classes and weapons, the Battle Pass is going to be your main source of entertainment, and they have purposely made it so the Battle Passes are easier to do, and they don't take as long, and they're going to be shorter, which means that you're going to get them more frequently. But people want them to carry over so you can just simply buy through the whole Battle Pass, the next one that comes out. I mean, seriously, guys, everybody's going to be bored. I can literally see it right now, people complaining about not having, anything to do. Oh, I'm so bored, there's nothing to grind for, when literally that is one of the main grinds. I just thought it was common sense to go ahead and reset it. But again, like I said, If you share a different opinion, please go ahead and share it down below. And they also confirmed that we're going to be seeing a stats page at some point in time. Apparently, it is indeed tracking behind the scenes. So we literally have stats right now. Everybody who is playing the game, we have realistic stats. They just don't have any way to showcase them to us, which they are currently working on. Now, I'm curious how they're going to handle this. Is it going to be like I said, the stats are tracking right now. I wonder if they will stay live, or are they going to start off fresh when they finally do get it working? I don't know. We'll see when the time comes. But at the same time, I am kind of worried about stats coming into the game. I do have a whole different video that I might, put out discussing this, but I do think it might interfere with how people play when it comes to OBJ and stuff of that sort. When they start seeing their KD and all this stuff, I feel like it's going to make people play differently when Splitgate's all about team play, trading each other's kills and, grouping up and using your abilities together. This is very crucial. And if you start worrying about KD, you're not going to be doing any of that. You're not going to be pushing the front line with your squad. You're going to be sitting back and trying to bait. But again, like I said, I might save that for another video, but if you guys do have anything to say about that, leave it down below. They also went ahead and touched upon the fact that we are going to be seeing a lot, and I mean a lot of events sprinkled throughout this game. So not only are we going to be getting battle passes pretty frequently, but there's going to be events sprinkled throughout the game a ton. So seriously, it looks like there's going to be a ton of replayability and a ton of reasons to actually hop back into this game. Not just, okay, the game is fun, let me just play the game. Sadly, that doesn't work anymore, right? Content is king a lot of the time in the gaming scene nowadays. And it seems like they are coming prepared with a lot of content paired with absolutely outstanding gameplay. And they also discussed the reason why a lot of Splitgate 1 players are not going to be getting designated prizes for sticking through with Splitgate 1. Sadly, for a lot of those players, there's just simply no way to track who actually played throughout Splitgate 1, since Splitgate 2 is a completely different beast. For anyone who has installed Splitgate 2, there's no way to properly track if you have actually put in any playtime into Splitgate 1. So sadly, there's no ways to get any rewards for that. But again, if you did play the beta, you will still get access to the Survivor beta pack. But last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we did get a little bit of information about factions within Splitgate 2. For those who already know, there's only 3, like I stated before: Meridian, Eros, and also Zabrask. But the CEO did state, if the community really wants it, like genuinely wants it, they will go ahead and put together, I guess at some point in time, a 4th faction. Right now, it's not on their plate. They're not really focused on it, and they don't really have any interest in making a 4th faction. But as stated, if the community wants it, then they will go ahead and get it. Although the CEO did make a pretty good point within the live stream while discussing this topic, stating that they didn't want to go ahead and basically hard lock, a lot of these situations in 4v4, because if they add in another faction, that faction is going to have another passive, and it's going to force people into thinking that they need to run one of each faction, whereas right now, you don't have to go ahead and do so. There's 3 factions, there's 4 slots, and you can go ahead and have 2 of a different faction. Well, a couple of other players are going to have to pick which one they want between the other factions that are available. But it doesn't feel as hard-locked as 4, where people will probably feel like they have to play, one of each. I understand that point, but again, I'm curious what you guys have to think about, extra factions down in the comment section below. But ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I'm done rambling your guys' ears off. It's a pretty decently long video here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for sticking on through. I hope the information was very handy, and hopefully you guys heard something that you were looking for. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And of course, if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, I stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested, go link that channel down in the description of this video. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.